So, this is going to be totally off topic, but that's how my day is going. I've been doing so great on working on my vlogs. And as I was letting the vlog export from my phone, I was like, okay, I got this situation where my light bulbs went out. My light bulb in my entryway in my living room, my light bulb in my laundry room looked like it was going out. And then my light bulb in my garage went out. Not the garage automatic opener, but there's a light fixture in the garage where you can turn the light off and on with the switch. So I've been without lights in those areas for a little bit. The laundry room was just dim, but it hadn't gone out yet. And so I got some light bulbs, did some research to figure out hopefully what would be long life light bulbs. Because home improvement shit is not my thing at all. And what would be the longest life light bulbs? Because the light bulb I had in the entryway in the garage, I moved here in 2002. And the entryway light I keep on all the time, and I haven't had any problems with the light going out. And it's already 2026, so 3 years or 4 years the light has been on and no problems. And then with the garage, I wanted to make sure that I got a long life bulb as well, so that I don't have to keep worrying about changing it and figuring out the fixture and all that stuff. Anyway, needless to say, in my mind, I was like, this is the time where Nicole needs a man. Nicole would definitely want it, but it's not worth the hassle to have a man just for these one-off type of projects. And so it's like, I would rather call a handyman to do the project, but I'm going to try to do it myself. Well, needless to say, I will drop a picture and a little video on how that endeavor went in the garage. I did fine with the entryway. That light bulb changed, no problem. Laundry room, no problem. But the garage, the whole fixture came off the ceiling. It was like, oh shit. So anyway, I had to call a handyman. But thank God the handyman is not going to charge me a lot to come out and fix it. And so I appreciate that. And I guess so then it's not worth having a man just for these one-off little things. But damn, my mom is total home improvement guru, being in real estate and everything. And so she's an expert on all this stuff. But for me, it's like I should have just called the handyman from the jump, because the whole goddamn fixture came off the ceiling. It didn't come all the way off, but it's hanging by wires, which is probably not very safe. And then my mom was like, well, you should turn the power off before you touch it again. It's like, well, where do I do that? I gotta look that up too. Like, I know there's probably a fuse box somewhere, but these types of things is not my wheelhouse. So anyway, I've gotten totally derailed from my vlog project today. Look, when it comes to getting dressed up and being cute and all that stuff, I got all kinds of ideas. But when it comes to this home improvement shit, this is not my wheelhouse. It is not my wheelhouse. So I have no idea. My mom said to put something on top of the ladder to hold the fixture in place. But I don't think I'm doing exactly what she's asking me to do. And I have no idea what I would put there to hold the fixture up. So I put something there in case the fixture falls. And now I may have to go to Home Depot to get a new fixture. Although I'm very, very happy to see that my handyman's prices are very, very reasonable, because I thought it was going to cost a lot more to get this fixed. And so what's so ironic is that somebody also posted in one of the groups that I'm in that they were trying to figure out how to change a light bulb and we're having problems too. And I was like, girl, let me tell you, and showed her the picture of my fixture. And so the good news is that also too, I reached out to my neighbor, and my neighbor's going to reach out to another neighbor because she has a good referral for a handyman as well. So it's always good to have these things in your back pocket and these referrals. So, because I also think the handyman that I know, there's only certain things that he can do, like he's good with electricity and stuff like that, but other things might not be in his wheelhouse. So it's good to have other referrals. So everything always works out the way it needs to. But man, I was planning on getting these vlogs done today. And I kept getting notices on my phone. You're almost out of storage. I only had 9 gigs left, and 9 gigs could be one video. So I got some stuff cleaned off my phone, but I need to clean off way more stuff. So I really want to get these vlogs done. But this is more important. I can't have a light fixture hanging in my garage and being a danger. But I still didn't figure out how to turn the power off, and I forgot my mom even told me to do that. I was like, let me just put something underneath the fixture. See, my mom, she knows all this stuff because she's been in real estate since I was a kid. Like, so she knows all this stuff. She's like, you need to get get a new fixture, and the kind you get is a flush mount, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I have no idea about any of this. This is where a man would come in handy. Fix it for me, babe. But yeah, otherwise, you know, all the other stuff would just be a hassle. But, you know, the good news is that the handyman is not that expensive, and I can afford to get it fixed. And even if I couldn't afford it, my mom does help me, and so I do appreciate that. It's a wonderful thing. She also views my house as an investment because if I pass away, she's my only heir, and if she passes away, I'm her only heir. So it's kind of like we share. To a particular point. But anyway, that's too much information. All right, here I am. I'm on my way to Home Depot. The Home Depot that's closer to me on Flamingo did not have the fixture in stock that I was looking for, so I need to ride up to Summerlin real quick. I did make it a pickup order, so hopefully it'll be no big deal. I received the text message saying that the item was ready, so at least that's convenient, because even though I've made a lot of statements about walking around in events, like right now my mind is so focused on trying to get these vlogs done and get my phone cleaned off, because I am going places this weekend and I want to be able to gather content, so I need to have my phone cleaned off. And I may possibly even be going to something on Thursday night, and I may want to grab some content there as well. So the thing is that I want to get my phone cleaned off, and I want, you know, I also just want a fresh start. Like I want to get these memories and all this fun stuff. I want to get it loaded on YouTube, so my diary basically is there, and then move on with new stuff. Like I got a lot of new stuff coming up. Even next weekend, July 5th, is going up, you know what I mean? And so I just want to get my phone to be in good shape. Like I know there's little external hard drives and stuff you can buy to attach to your phone to save all your photos and videos, but to me, that little apparatus that you can attach to your phone, that's pretty dangerous, because you can have that little apparatus attached to your phone, but then lose that little apparatus, and then it's like your whole library could be gone, you know what I mean? And so I definitely still back up to the cloud. I back up to a hard drive, but those little thumbnail type drives, I don't think that's a good idea. I've considered it several times and just thought, nope, you know what, I'm just going to keep my phone clean. And like my old phone, I had an SD card, a micro SD card, and so I could do it that way. But if it's not embedded in the phone and it's something that you attach, I don't really like that as a possibility. I guess I don't trust myself with having something like that. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I am going to Home Depot now to go get this fixture. My mom is the one that told me I needed to get a flush mount fixture, and so I learned some stuff, which is exciting. And I'm excited because I did change the light bulb in my entryway. I did have to get my ladder out and go on the ladder for that. And then in my laundry room, it was easy to take the fixture down. So I'm happy that I was able to do that as well. It's just the garage was like, you know, and that thing looks like it was the original installed fixture from when the house was built in the 90s. Like, it looks like that's been there the whole time. Although the person who was the previous owner of the house that I live in now, she did a phenomenal job on all the upgrades that she put in the house. Like, she really invested a lot in upgrading the house, and it's really nice. Really nice, all the work that she did. There's only a few things that, like, if I really were to say, like, nitpick in terms of, like, this could be my forever home, right? But one thing that I miss is not having a heated pool, solar heated, so that it's not expensive. That's number one. I do have solar panels, and so that's really phenomenal. My energy bill's never over $20. I don't think. My gas bill is higher than my Nevada energy bill, so I love having the solar panels. And I also have a water filtration system that she put in, and like I said, she did a phenomenal job on all the upgrades she did to the house. And I lost my train of thought. Oh, all upgraded kitchen appliances, although what I would say is a bummer is that my ice maker on my refrigerator is not working well. Like, it works inconsistently and it makes this horrible noise. And I do have a home warranty, so I could have them come out, but I just haven't done it because I had them come out last time and they replaced the ice maker, and that's when it started operating inconsistently. Because before it wasn't making ice at all, then they replaced it, and now it makes every once in a while a horrible noise, and sometimes it produces ice, sometimes it doesn't. So I need to call the home warranty company to have them come out and fix it again. But the home warranty has kind of, that's also been worth it so far. And so anyways, I lost my train of thought, but I guess I didn't consider, no, you probably can't use home warranty for this little thing. Plus, the fixture's only $18, so, like, why would I use home warranty? Because I got to pay $100 for somebody to come out. So I might as well just have my handyman come out. Because he said that if I change the fixture and replace it, it would be $65. But if he just comes to fix the fixture that I already have, it would be $30. But the thing is I feel like my mom is probably right in that the fixture was not going to be secure up there on the ceiling anyway, so it's better to replace it. And I couldn't get the outside glass off of the fixture at all. And it's just so much better to have the handyman come do it. If I had known it was only going to be a little bit of money, I would have done that in the first place rather than trying to do it myself. But I thought that it was going to be a lot more expensive, and I was trying to do it myself. Anyway, I'm almost at Home Depot, so this has been a good little chat. And this is my first time kind of driving with my phone on my stand and talking, and I kind of like it. I've been nervous in the past about driving and talking, just thinking that I want to be like hyper focused on the road, but I guess I'm getting more and more used to kind of talking and then not being distracted by my talking. The other day when I was coming from Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, that was really one of the first times that I was driving and talking. But it's kind of cool because it makes the passage of time while driving go by faster. And so I kind of like it. But I don't like this angle. Like, I don't like seeing this whole thing. I just normally just like my face in the camera, not my whole my whole body. But it's okay. I'm learning to love, accept, and embrace myself at every size. And you know, when I look at myself on camera, my face is not perfect, my skin is not perfect. I'm always looking at my teeth, you know, just a lot of stuff that is there for me to criticize, but I'm also falling deeper in love with myself, just watching myself. And also too, like, because the world is not falling apart, nobody's calling me saying, I can't believe you said this in your video, and going off on me and everything. Like, the more I just love my freedom in being able to finally in life express myself. And I'm having a ball doing it. And like I said, I don't know, I'm gonna pause there. So I'm happy the trip to Home Depot worked out very well. I did curbside pickup, and I'm back at home now, as you can see, and I'm just chilling. And my handyman will be here on Friday morning at 8 o'clock to replace my situation. So I'm happy. So I've been doing really good, or really well, on getting this vlog content uploaded to my YouTube channel, which is so exciting. And I just finished my videos that I recorded yesterday, June 23rd. And so now I'm on the last set of videos for June 24th, which is actually going to be 2 separate videos. And I just want to say, after listening to what I recorded on June 23rd, the gist of that video is don't start none, won't be none, and FAFO as it relates to messing with me kind of a thing. And so the thing that I wanted to add is that back in the day, towards the end of my relationship with my now ex-husband, his way of being was kind of manipulative, lying, abusive, etc. And I had basically moved on from him. Like, by the time I had asked him for a divorce, and I had no idea that he had been cheating on me. I had no clue. But I had asked him for a divorce because I was totally in love with somebody else. I was like, and he was, my ex-husband was gone because he was an over-the-road truck driver, or supposedly was an over-the-road truck driver. But really, he was right here in Vegas cheating on me with somebody else, and I had no idea. But anyway, the treatment was not good. And so by the time, so I asked for a divorce. I went and filled out the papers and everything and had them sitting here waiting for him for, like, I want to say 9 months for him to come and sign the papers. And finally, in January of 2010, he finally came and signed the papers. And that day is when he texted me after he signed the papers and left and said, oh, by the way, I have a X number-year-old baby by another woman, and I have one on the way. And I kind of laughed it off and posted it on Facebook. Like, nigga, I don't care, because I am in love with somebody else. And so I just want you to divorce you so I can move on with this new relationship. At least that's what I thought. But just like my other video where life has other plans, that wasn't in the cards. But anyway, the point is that fast forward to 2013, and my husband or my ex-husband at the time, is having regrets and wants to be my friend, and is calling me and, telling me all this stuff about his baby mama and all this drama going on with them, and just like confiding in me like I was his friend. And it was so weird to me, but for whatever reason, I had by this time in my my journey, I had learned about being better about keeping receipts. And at the time, because I had been a musician and in the choir and all the things, I kept a recorder on me almost all the time because I needed it for rehearsals and recording music. And so I recorded some of the conversations that my ex-husband was telling me and confiding in me. And then at one point in one of the conversations, I don't know if he said something or did something that pissed me off or that I found was inappropriate. I can't remember what triggered me, but basically what I did was I ended up taking those recordings, burning those and also to disclose some stuff about his mom and his stepfather and all this stuff. Like, he was just going off saying all this stuff about himself, his baby mama, his family. Like, he was, I don't know why he was telling me all this stuff, but I recorded it because I told you I'm a receipt keeper. And he pissed me off, and I took those recordings, burned them all on CDs, and sent them to the people that he was talking about. I don't think I sent them to the baby mama because I didn't have her address, but I would have sent it to her too. And so my only point in saying that, because that's probably one of the most sinister things that I've ever done, of like, and finally feeling like getting retribution and like getting him to leave me alone and to stop bothering me. And it worked because he never fucked with me again. And now we're on an accord where, you know, we send a happy birthday message and Merry Christmas and stuff like that, but that's it. Like, he does not fuck with me at all. And so the only reason why I'm bringing that up is that don't push me and make me go there, because I will go there. I sent those recordings to his family, all the people that he was talking about. And I wrapped it up in, because he had another baby on the way, and I wrapped it all up acting like I was sending a baby gift. And it was recordings of him spilling all the tea. So don't make me get the receipts out is all I'm saying. Just leave me alone and let me do my thing. And don't start none, won't be none. And the thing is I think what happens is people think, oh, you know what, Nicole is a really nice person. She would never do blah, blah, blah. And that's exactly what happened when my ex-husband underestimated me. And so just because I'm a nice person and I'm a kind person doesn't mean that I don't have it in me to fuck you up if you try to fuck me up. So that's all I have to say. I mean, that's not all I have to say. I'm sure I'll be vlogging more. But yeah, I can go there. And shout out to the algorithming. Because I just ran into someone's channel. Her name is Amanda Golden on Facebook. And her content is really speaking to me right now. So I'm going to put some screenshots in the end of this vlog, or towards the end. Check it out. It's resonating. It's talking about narcissistic mothers. And it's resonating. Look at that thing just precariously dangling with my jerry-rigged little operation going on here. My handyman will be here on Friday. I'm going to Home Depot right now to get a new fixture. And yeah, home improving is not my thing. Like, if I had to go out right now to get an outfit for going somewhere, that might be a whole different story. But this type of shit, whew, thank God for handyman. So I don't know if this is what my mom had in mind, but I have a little plastic bin with some clothes in it. And so if the fixture falls down, it's sitting on top of the ladder. Mom, is this what you're saying I should be doing? Okay, so this is what happened, is that I was trying to unscrew this glass thing, but this is how it's attached. And you see these two screws right here in the ceiling? this screw and the other one on the other side. This was attached somehow to those two screws. So I didn't unscrew the screw, but it's not, I don't know how to stick it back in there. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to put the fixture back onto those two screws that are screwed into the ceiling. So that's what I need help with, is to put this thing back on and to then take this glass thing off so the light bulb can be changed. By the way, I could also use a man to help me clean up this goddamn garage. Oh, anyway, here's my ladder, and yeah. Now my mom is suggesting that I do something to put the ladder underneath the fixture and put something. So basically I need to move my car in case the fixture comes off and you don't want it to come and smash the window. I knew I should have just called a handyman in the first place, but I thought it was going to be too expensive, and now he's telling me it's only 30 bucks. But I felt kind of stupid asking the handyman to come change a light bulb, but I didn't know it was going to be this much of a disaster. I don't understand what you mean about the wires, because the wires are attached to the bulb, which is underneath the foam that's on top of the brown thing. And I really don't want to get back up on the ladder to try to film and show you what I'm talking about, but I don't see how I can tape up the wires. So it's the wee hours of the morning on Friday, and Friday, June 26th, and just got through trying to take some pictures so I could do my thumbnail for this video that I'll put together to show y'all my light fixture in my garage when I tried to fix it, and then I fucked it up. I went out to hang out with some ladies last night, and was able to talk about how I tried to change the light bulb in my garage, and the whole fixture came down, and how these are the times where Nicole is regretting not having a man to take care of the honey-do list. But, you know, very, very, very momentary feelings of like, oh, but it's really no regrets though, because, you know, the handyman hopefully will come in a couple hours. Excuse me, and do a good job and be reasonably priced, and it will be not something where I will be feeling like, oh, I wish I had a man to take care of this kind of stuff. You know, it's just a fleeting thought. So, yeah, hopefully he'll come and fix the light. And hopefully it'll look nice, because I bought a new fixture. And I brought these really, really bright light bulbs. Like, I put one in my laundry room. That shit is bright as hell. I bought 100-watt daylight light bulbs. And so I was like, yeah, hopefully it all works out. I'll let y'all know. Thank you for watching. I also just want to add a side note that has nothing to do with the light, is that my vlogs are becoming a lot more real in terms of telling my version of things and expressing my feelings. And there's a couple of pretty intense vlogs that I posted over the last couple of days, and I'm happy to report that so far there have been no repercussions. No flying monkeys calling up and screaming at me. Nobody, you know, blasting me and anything like that. And I'm so happy that I finally get to be in this world and express myself and tell my truth on the friggin' internet. Like, it's just been a long time in the making that I can finally really tell my truth. And so not only that, I'm still having the blessing of my mom helping me out with not only the light fixture, but today coming up is going to be a honeydew day, because I have tree trimmers coming as well to trim my palm trees in the backyard. So it's a honeydew kind of day today. Although even if I had a honey, I don't think that they would be up in the sky trimming trees. I would still have to call somebody. And I'm blessed because my mom is going to help me with all of that. So I finally am able to express my truth, at least so far, and still have support of my mother. And I am so appreciative of that. I swear to God, I wish that I felt more comfortable with taking clips from other things and adding them to my YouTube, because I've seen so much great content, great reels, great TikToks, etc. And so what's going through my mind right at this moment is Jack Nicholson in, what was the name of that movie? A Few Good Men, I think that was the movie, where he was like, you can't handle the truth, and I'm just loving the idea that whether or not my family is watching my vlogs, I mean, it's not even that I have a high view count or anything, but whether or not they're watching my vlogs or whether or not somebody's reporting back to them my vlogs and what I'm saying, I just love that apparently they can all handle the truth, or at least I have that illusion that they can, because nobody is coming after me, and that I finally, like I said in one of my vlogs before, is like, even when I was a little girl and my mom had given me a diary, and I actually wrote in the diary, hid the diary somewhere like between my mattress in my room. My mom finds the diary and then screams and yells at me about what I wrote in the diary. So I have never, ever been able to have this level of freedom and self-expression and be supported, and continue to be supported. Definitely have had some self-expression and not been supported, but this is so cathartic and liberating, and I love it so much. And people, even if they're not watching, they're paying attention, because last night when I was with the ladies, this will be like the second or third person who's asked me about vlogging, how long I've had my YouTube channel, when did I start vlogging, etc. So it's like people know that I'm a vlogger, even if I don't have that many views. I'm a vlogger, and I could maybe one day not want to do it anymore, but right now I'm totally enjoying this level of self-expression and storytelling. Like right now it's 2:00 in the morning, and I jumped up to try to figure out how I could get a good thumbnail picture of the light fixture before my handyman comes to fix it. So I'm enjoying it. It's kind of like producing my own little TV show. So I have a few tears in my eyes just because thinking about my mom, as much as sometimes I have pain and I have frustration and all the other things that I might have about my mom really has been there for me, and did the best she could in her level of healed state or unhealed state that she has been in. And this morning, I'm in an appreciative mode, so I'm going to post at the end of this vlog a little collage that I have on my phone of me and my mom, because as many differences as we've had, we're still kicking it. I mean, we're still here loving each other. And shout out to sisterhood, because I had a nice time last night. It was a happy hour, but I don't drink, so I had just had club soda, and got more compliments on my hair, this time from the waitress, and so she got the information for my hairdresser, because a lot of times, not a lot of times, twice, let's be clear, people have asked me, how long does it take to do my hair? And it's just like, it only takes like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops. It takes longer because the other stuff I get done, like getting my hair dyed and trimmed and all those things, but the actual crochet itself, it doesn't take that long. Hour and a half, 2 hours tops. And so got a compliment, and the waitress's hair was the bomb. She had she mentioned that she had a weave and her hair looked nice, but she said she wanted this kind of protective style, so I gave her she asked for my hairstylist information, so I gave it to her, and she was cool. But anyways, shout out to the sisterhood, because it was just me and 2 other ladies, and it was so nice. Like they have misters in their back porch area, and so the weather was nice. It wasn't too hot. It was nice and breezy. It was kind of like a balmy type of warm, but it wasn't warm really at all with the misters and everything. My allergies were definitely acting up, like my eyes were watering, and so I had to kind of keep a tissue out and make sure my nose wasn't running and stuff like that. But it was nice, and we had really, really nice, deep conversation. And it's beautiful when you know you're talking to people who have done work on themselves, because soon as, and I was with the 68-year-old and the 80-year-old, but they act young as hell in terms of like not mentality, but just in spirit. And so it's beautiful, like when they started getting up dancing, and you know, we got excited when Blow the Whistle comes on, but at the same time, the conversation was like at the level of talking about your patterns in life and metaphysics and your shadow. As soon as she said shadow, I was like, okay, this is a person who's done work on themselves. Yes. You know, and talking about the being in the matrix versus not in the matrix, which was interesting because she just said straight up, she's like, you're not in the matrix. And I was like, girl, sometimes I can be unconscious and get caught up in things. I'm a work in progress. And it was a really nice, deep conversation in terms of just life in general, and well-traveled individuals, and have done so much in their lives, and just getting to know each other better. It was real, it was authentic, and it was beautiful. And I just love these new people that I'm meeting, and because she follows me on social media. I don't know if she actually listens to my vlogs, but she said that she also went through a friendship breakup where they did everything together, her and this lady she calls her sister, even though they're not blood sisters. And it was the 3 of them. They were thick as thieves, basically. And one day the 3rd individual in their group, just stopped talking to them, and they broke up. No explanation why, no nothing. And this was like 20 years ago. And so it was just nice. It was like a real conversation. It did get a little difficult for me when they started turning the music up. And at one point in time, I kind of got quiet, and she was like, what's on your mind, baby girl? And I was like, girl, I can't hear nothing. I was like, it was funny. I just had to be honest and say, like, I'm having a difficult time hearing because the music got louder, but it was nice. It was very, very nice. I love that I love where my life is going as it relates to sisterhood. And so once again, shout out to Bumbleina for introducing me to the idea of what a sisterhood could feel like, because in the beginning of the relationship, I really felt like I had that, and it was beautiful. And let's just say, talk about expressing yourself creatively, is that I have always, for the longest time, enjoyed doing graphic design. Not like hardcore Photoshop graphic design type stuff or Adobe Illustrator. Like, I'm not at that level at all, but Canva, I love Canva as a tool, and I'm enjoying creating these thumbnails. Just like I enjoy using CapCut to create my reels, like I understand that I'm not using Adobe Premiere Pro or whatever the fuck that is. And I just use these tools that help me get my creativity out and express my ideas. And so it's so much fun to work on these different thumbnails and keep up my joy of doing graphic design, even if it's not perfect. I'm sure people who are much more adept and trained in graphic design would criticize what I do. But, that was one of the things that I really got to enjoy, even in the businesses that we did last year, is I got to do a lot of creative expression, even as I was afraid, because, Bumbleina was classically trained in this stuff and very, very much a perfectionist. And so it was like, in spite of your criticism, girl, I am gonna put my ideas out there. And I did. And it was so much so that at one point in time, I was like, well, why don't you do the social media for your business that you're passionate about, and I'll do it for the events business. And because I am afraid of your, criticism. And thankfully, she was like, no, I already have a lot on my plate with everything I have to do. Why don't you go ahead and do what you can? And so I did. And there was one time where I had created the flyer for something, and she immediately, without like saying, oh, thank you, I like what you did here or whatever, it was just like, I don't like blah, blah, blah. And that had me in my feelings of like, bitch, do you know how many hours I put into this? And then all you could say is, I don't like blah, blah, blah. I mean, she didn't say it because it was in a text. And so that even added more attitude to the receiving the text. But generally speaking, she was, even though I felt insecure around her perfectionistic tendencies, there were a lot of good moments where I expressed myself creatively, and another one was, in the one of the reels that I had put together, she criticized the reel and said that it was going by too fast. And it's like, bitch, these are the templates that CapCut creates. I didn't create the speed of the goddamn video. And so I didn't like that either. But yeah. So shout out to me for continuing. After all these years, I continue to do graphic design, even if my designs aren't perfect. Just like my paintings aren't perfect. So unlike the attitude you might see that I'm expressing in my vlogs and the cursing and all the things, anytime I'm saying that I said something to her about whatever, it was always with loving kindness. There's never once where I came at her. It was in my vlogs sometimes after the fact, after we broke up, but never once was it ever an unkind gesture, unkind tone, unkind word, or whatever. Cursing, nothing like that. Never, bitch, you should blah, blah, blah. Like, it was never, ever energy like that. even in the moments where there was tension or where I might have been upset internally, never a moment where I expressed myself in an aggressive tone. But what I want to add is that what's coming to my mind as I'm working on this thumbnail is that in the very, very beginning, when we were both, in our lanes working on the things we were passionate about, I even said that I was very, very afraid of her perfectionistic ways. And she's very, very talented, extremely talented, very smart, talented, may have some challenges with clear communication, but very, very smart. And when she slows down, excellent on all levels in terms of even communication. But me telling her, hey, why don't you do social media for your business that you're passionate about, even though we're in business together, and I'll handle the social media because I don't want to be subject to your criticism. And it was a smart thing for me to say because for the most part, she held back any criticism. Didn't give a lot of praise either, but she held back on the criticism because it was kind of like, hey, it is what it is, and these are my skills, and I'm doing this stuff, and it's benefiting the business, and whether you like it or not, this is the best that I can do. So if you don't like it, do it yourself. And so she was not super complimentary all the time, but she definitely held her tongue. And so anyways, I just love that I get to continue with my graphic design, as good or as bad as it is. I enjoy it. It's another way I express myself creatively. The reels that I do is my creative expression. And I'm not saying that I always want to do this stuff, but I've been doing graphic design for a long time, and apparently I enjoy it. I don't necessarily enjoy doing it like if somebody were to ask me and pay me to do it, because I don't want the criticism, but it's something that I enjoy putting together for the different projects that I work on. And while I was out last night, I put my phone down for the most part. I only checked my phone a couple times to see if my parking was going to run out, because you had to pay for parking where we were. And I noticed I gained another subscriber. So thank you and welcome. So that was fun to see. And it's like I said, it's not millions of views. It's not thousands of views. It's not even hundreds of views. But what feels so beautiful is that somebody out there in the world is watching. And so every time I see the view count go up on a video, I was like, oh, somebody is interested in my story or the story that I told. And so that feels really good. And then getting even more comments. There's one person who seems to be consistently commenting on my videos and providing support, and that is a wonderful feeling. Like, I'm not 100% doing this for external validation. This is a lot of my own journey, and it's like a visual diary, so to speak, in a way, or visual and audio-visual diary. But it's also nice to receive supportive comments. So, hey, add supportive, kind comments if you'd like. If you want to be an asshole and add asshole comments, that's not necessary. Waste that on somebody else, or snarky or trolling. Like, somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and it wasn't a nasty comment, but the comment made absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. So I just left it and kept it moving, because it was like, what? This is obviously some inside joke I don't get. But yeah, the engagement helps my channel, so I appreciate the engagement. Thank you. So, in one of my vlogs, I mentioned that when I first started vlogging, and it was great because they had all, the family that's not my family, but some of them are my family. they had all gone on a family trip. And so it made it easier for me to to get started with my vlogs because they were all doing their own thing and they weren't really watching what I was posting. Like, I think my blood cousin was watching, but for the most part, nobody was really watching. And because Bumbleina was so critical and such a perfectionist, I probably never ever would have had the courage to just start vlogging, knowing that she's on social media, seeing what I'm doing, and probably, just worried in my mind of what she could be thinking about what I'm saying and doing. So when she finally came back and we had the first sound bath, it was, I think, in July. So towards the latter part of July, because it was the weekend of July 26th. And we hadn't really communicated about my vlogs because I was vlogging, and for the most part never received any commentary from her about my vlogs, nor any praise nor criticism, and no engagement on social media on the platforms itself, except for that one time where where she had come back from the trip early in July, and I went out with somebody else and celebrated their birthday and posted about it. And there was engagement where she had commented on something I had posted to TikTok, but generally speaking, no support, no commentary, no nothing. But as we were, I think, maybe cleaning up after the sound bath at the end of July, the only comment that just sticks in my head is when she said in a very snide and mocking way, "So do you feel cleansed?" And that just sticks in my mind. But what's funny is that I do actually feel cleansed because what I posted, especially the last couple of days of really just telling the truth without trying to continue to abandon myself and protect them, it is actually cleansing. So yes, Bumbleina, I feel cleansed. And the other thing I wanted to say is that as I'm working on these thumbnails and I continue to see little things, little design things that I could do to make the thumbnails stand out, to make them more interesting, to take better pictures and stuff like that, or find better pictures. And as I'm refining the process, I'm reminded of the book, The Artist's Way, because I have historically been extremely critical of myself. And I know that people, who are very talented and have gifts, a lot of times they don't express themselves and express their art because whatever that art is, whether it's music, dance, whatever their creative expression is, they don't express it and they don't put it out in the world because they're too busy being a perfectionist and judging themselves harshly. And if that's you, because I definitely know it's Bumbleina for sure, and it has historically been me as well, but because I read The Artist's Way and did a lot of the work in the book and have been journaling morning pages, even though it's not even morning pages called that anymore for me, but I definitely have learned to put myself out there a lot more than I ever would have in the past. I mean, like way back in the day in high school, I wanted to be a cheerleader. I wanted to try out, but I was terrified to try out, afraid of rejection, and I never did it. I never tried out. And there's so many different things like that. Like one time, me and my friends, we were going to do an air guitar contest, and we had a whole number, a dance number that we were going to do. And I don't know how I ended up that I was going to be the lead singer of the little group that we were doing for the air guitar. But I don't know how it ended up being me. So we went and we auditioned and did the air guitar audition. And the one comment that the drama director had made was that I needed to do a better job with the lyrics because I didn't know the lyrics of the song. And we dropped out of the contest because I didn't want to do it after that comment. And then later found out that the drama teacher was disappointed that we dropped out because they said we would have won the contest. And so there's so many stories like that of things that I have held myself back from doing out of fear of criticism, rejection, and all the things. And really also what helped me is not only when I started doing the morning pages and the Artist Way exercises, but also doing the artist dates in the book, as well as I started doing artist dates, so coloring, and obviously the painting is still an artist date for me. And I went through a whole journey of expressing myself as an artist when I did music, and that definitely helped me get over. I don't even know that I'm fully over it, but it definitely helped me with me being in touch with my creative expression and expressing myself. All the singing in the choir, all the drumming, all the stuff that I did. I remember, for example, when I first started drumming, one of my drum teachers was like, "Hey, we can practice here in class, and then maybe one day we could go play for, go out and drum during First Friday." And at that time, I had just started drumming, and I was like, "Oh, hell no, I could never do that." Fast forward to 2 years later, I'm in a room that probably had 10,000 people in it. I'm front row center drumming in a huge production number at a Teamsters convention at the Paris Hotel. Like, that's how much I changed. And so anyway, if you have a problem with perfectionism, I recommend the book The Artist's Way by Julie Cameron. Good morning. I'm up journaling and just waiting for my some of my neighbors that live behind my house and that live to the left of my house, the people that live to the left of my house, they're renters, and so they just moved in not too long ago, maybe a year ago. And even though I had to go over there to leave them a note one time with my number, and actually even rang their doorbell and talked to them in person because I was telling them that I was having the sound baths, and that was back in, I guess, May or June of 2025. In the letter that I left with them at the time when I talked to them in person, I gave them my phone number, but I never got their phone number. And then the neighbor that lives behind me, I had an issue one time where my pool overflowed, and she's the one that noticed it because it was, I guess, going up her wall a little bit, or soaking through her wall. And so she left me a note on my door, and then it happened one more time, and she left me another note on my door, even though both times I went over to her house and gave her my contact information. So back in April, she left me another note on my door and still never used the number I gave her. And so I've never gotten her number. So what's a little bit frustrating about this tree trimming situation is that I had to leave a note on those two neighbors' doors. My other neighbor on the other side, I have her number. It was very simple. I just sent her a text saying the tree trimmer was coming, and if you want, you can allow him in your backyard to pick up any debris. And she was very, very kind about it, texting me back, no big deal whatsoever. Thank you for letting me know. It's like we have a good text relationship, you know what I mean? And so the other thing I'm waiting for this morning is to see if the neighbors where I left the note on their door last night will say, hey, yeah, we want the tree trimmer to come into our backyard to clean up any debris. And so I'm waiting to see if I left my number again saying, hey, text me or call me or email me. I gave them all 3 options to let me know if you want the tree trimmer to come to your backyard to clean up any debris. And give me your goddamn number. Like, I didn't say it like that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, give me your number so I don't have to keep leaving you a note and you can get, notified sooner than when I'm able to leave you a note. So anyways, I'm waiting for that to see if anybody contacts me so I can let the tree trimmer know. But the other thing I wanted to say is that what's hard also about finally revealing and telling my side of the story, and the reason why I've also been hesitant to talk to Bumbleina about my feelings about some of these incidents that have happened, especially around the daughters and her behavior, is because I'm also afraid that I'm just going to be dismissed and called too sensitive, making stuff up, crazy, etc. And then like move on with life. Like you're just making stuff up. And because it's passive aggressive, it's not aggressive. And I can't prove that the motivation behind the behavior. And so by speaking it out loud now and telling my side of the story, I'm still now worried of like, Nicole, you're just crazy. Like I wasn't intending anything that you were thinking that I was doing, and just making up a bunch of lies and excuses. Like the day she did the thing with the financial implications, she basically lied, in my opinion, and said that her phone was having problems and not connected to Slack. And it's like, yeah, but how do you explain the fact that you also ignored my text messages as well? And text had nothing to do with Slack. Like just making up stuff to avoid accountability. And so right now I'm also having a little bit of agita, if that's a word. I think it's a word, about what I've said and how I could be dismissed. And then not only can I be dismissed, but then she can go around talking to everybody in the circle that we were in with the extended family and all that stuff, saying, see, Nicole is crazy. Nicole is a problem. She's just making up stuff. And look at this story she made up about the girls in the dance recital claiming that I did this. And it's like, girl, I know you did it, but it's hard because I have nobody coming forward and saying, yes, Nicole, do stuff like this, and you're validated in how you feel because she does play these kind of games. She does behave this way. She does do these things. Like I have no validation, no nothing. And so it's just like growing up with the beast and having those same problems growing up. And so I understand that part of it is just having to trust and believe in myself and just state my side of things and how I feel and keep it moving without having to get any kind of closure or validation for how I feel and what I feel she was doing. And that's just her behavior because of the lack of accountability. Like, it would feel so good if she just said, you know what, Nicole, you got me. You're right. I was playing those games and I'm sorry, but man, I don't think that she has any kind of emotional maturity enough to admit that she was playing those games and that she apologizes and is wrong, which is another reason why the relationship could not last. Because, I mean, the few times I did try to talk to her about a few things, it was just deflection. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, this is why the relationship couldn't survive for so many reasons, but just the lack of accountability and the lack of self-awareness, the lack of, because I don't even know if she did that behavior, if she's conscious of it. And if she's not conscious of it, how could she even admit that that's the underlying motivation behind what she was doing? You know what I mean? And just, at the end of the day, I don't want to be around, and I don't like crazy ass people. Fuck that. So I can say that my mom and my blood cousin, who is Bumbleina's sister, they talk often. And my blood cousin, the sister, or stepsister, I guess, the stepsister, my blood cousin, tells my mom all kinds of stuff and gives her all the tea, everything going on with everybody that she's aware of. So she gets all the tea. Now, I don't really indulge too much in gossip. And every once in a while, my mom will tell me a few things that the blood cousin has told her. And so I actually, when I say that I haven't talked about it to anybody, I did actually explain a little bit to my mom about what was going on with Bumbleina and why I stepped away from the relationship and the businesses and all those things. So I did explain it to my mom. But my mom also has a tendency to, she did pretty good in terms of the time that I explained it and, saying that's understandable and stuff like that. And then also, too, she did give me some validation in the sense that some of the behavior that I mentioned to her, she said that the sister that's the blood cousin complains about the same things that I was saying. So that was validating. But it's not like I went deep with my mom about that, because I don't want to encourage the gossiping type of behavior. I don't really like that the blood cousin calls my mom and gossips about everybody, which is another reason why I feel like the blood cousin needs therapy, because she needs to focus on her own stuff and stop being in everybody's goddamn business. So anyway, I'm saying that to say that I did get a little sense of validation by my mom telling me that the blood cousin, who is Bumbleina's sister, has complained a lot about the same things that same or similar behavior related to Bumbleina. I don't know that the blood cousin has ever said Bumbleina is passive aggressive, but she has says that both her and the mother are passive. And so anyways, I'm just reminded that I did get that little bit of validation that made me feel better. But at the same time, I didn't want to reveal that my blood cousin and my mom talk all the time, and my blood cousin spreads everybody's business to my mom, which is another reason why I feel like my mom knows that I vlog, because my blood cousin knows that I vlog. And I'm pretty sure that my blood cousin has shared her opinions and thoughts about my vlogs and me vlogging to my mom. But me and my mom, as much as we text each other every day and communicate with each other, I haven't openly admitted to my mom and talked about any of my vlogs to my mom. It's like something just we don't even talk about. Kind of like me and Bumbleina didn't talk about my vlogging either until that one time when she said, "Do you feel cleansed?" I'm feeling cleansed, baby. I'm getting cleansed anyway. I'm letting it all hang out now. And can I just say that my thumbnails are getting better and better as I figure this process out. And I just love how my channel looks. So maybe I'll take some screenshots of how my channel looks and how I'm doing with my content and my thumbnails. It's kind of embarrassing that I don't have a lot of views, but it is what it is. It takes time when you start from scratch to grow an audience. You know what I mean? It's like, as much as I post on social media every once in a while telling people to, hey, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and follow and all the things. The only person that I know personally that has done that is Faye. Everybody else, I have 28 subscribers on my new channel, 122 subscribers on my old channel, and it's all nobody that I know. You know what I mean? Like I said, except for Faye, who came and followed both of my channels. So, shout out to Faye. Thank you, Faye. I appreciate Faye's support on social media. I do appreciate that. Another reason why, though, I haven't really talked to my mom too much about the situation, and definitely didn't talk to her while the situation was going on, is that I didn't want, number one, to be talked out of my feelings. I didn't want to be spiritualized, with a God this and a God that bullshit. I also didn't want anybody to be saying, oh, but it's family and you should do this or that or whatever as it relates to family. I didn't want to have anybody invalidate my feelings and my perceptions about things going on. And so I pretty much, besides my vlogging, kept the whole thing to myself without talking to other people specifically about it. I also didn't want to be a gossip. I also didn't want to try to triangulate people to get them on my side. Even though I'm saying that we had this mutual friend, I've never ever talked to the mutual friend about the situation. And even though I guess vlogging is kind of like one big triangulation by telling my side of the story, I did not want to, I didn't want to turn it into a thing where I was trying to turn people against Bumbleina. You know what I mean? I wanted to have at least some kind of maturity about it. Because like I said, I'm not malicious unless you're malicious with me. Then it's like, fuck it. And I also knew that this was lessons that I needed to learn and things that I needed to work on. So I was really focusing on my lessons, and in the vlog, focusing on me, myself, and I, and my behavior, and what this was all teaching me. And so that was more so my focus of me vlogging. And so I didn't want to go around talking about her and gossiping about her and these little microaggressions and stories that tell more about the behavior and why it's hard for me, or has been hard for me, to let it go. And it's been hard for me to let it go because I don't have any validation to say, yes, you're right, I've experienced her to be the same way. You know what I mean? I have nobody who can do that or who has done it, except for that little tiny bit of my mom saying that what I was saying is similar to what the blood cousin, who is her sister, has said as well. But only similar, but not spot on. You're dead on, Nicole. Yes, I've experienced the same thing. So it's been a challenge going through all this alone. But I'm feeling more and more cleansed every day. It's wonderful. But man, shout out to organized people. It's 7:10 a.m. and I made an arrangement. It was all handled via text with my handyman. Even sent him a video via text of what happened with my light fixture and everything. And I never had to call him, nothing. And now it's 7:10 a.m. He's supposed to be here at 8, and he's sending me a text just letting me know he's on the way. I love having great service providers, and I love being around organized people. Even last night, one of the ladies had a problem with her car battery, and I loved getting a message from her saying, hey, I know we're supposed to meet at 6, but blah, blah, blah. I I'm loving that I have so much non-chaos in my life. It's so regulating for my nervous system to have people who communicate well, communicate in the methods that work for me. It brings me so much happiness and peace. And as much as sometimes I can be in a space of like maybe boredom or lower vibration, when that happens, from time to time, when my mom tries to share the gossip that the blood cousin has shared with her, I try not to encourage the sharing of that information as much as sometimes I am curious about the tea that my mom is spilling. But I really don't want to encourage that behavior. Like, I don't want to encourage my mom gossiping. I don't want to encourage the blood cousin gossiping. And because it's just like, y'all, I don't like gossiping to a particular point. Like, sometimes I can get caught up in the tea, but to a particular point, I really don't like gossiping. It's like, focus on your own fucking life and stay out of other people's business and stop spreading other people's business, especially the blood cousin. I mean, we'll literally get on the phone and talk to my mom on the way to work, which she had probably an hour commute or less, and talk the whole goddamn time about everybody else's business. And it's like, girl, focus on your own life. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, I don't really want to encourage that behavior. So a lot of times if my mom is sharing the tea or the gossip with me, or if my mom is bad-mouthing somebody, which she can have a tendency to do, even to her own roommate sometimes, I try to just not encourage low vibration behavior. So I probably could try to have more of a conversation with her and get some, validation or understanding, but I know that that's just gonna come with a headache, and I definitely don't want to talk to the blood cousin about the sister and then have the blood cousin go back and tell the sister everything I said, or then be making up stuff. Like, that's not going to be healthy. And that's, also not going to be mature. I'm not sure that vlogging is exactly mature, but I don't know how else to handle someone who will not take any accountability, dismiss what you have to say and your feelings, and completely abandon you when you have a disagreement. So I don't know how to maturely do anything except to do what I'm doing. The other thing I would say is that the gossiping that happens between the two of them, my mom and the blood cousin, is a way of trying to feel superior to other people and put down other people, including their own family, or in this case, the blood cousin's own family, sisters and brothers and everything. It's a way to stay focused on other people and gossip about them and talk bad about them and pass judgment on them, laugh about them, make jokes about them and all the things, and not focus on the self and the things that are relevant to their lives and things that they need to be self-aware of and be working on, instead of focusing on everybody else and trying to be an authority on everybody else's life and talking bad about. It's kind of like sitting back and watching the Jerry Springer show. You can Google that if you're too young to know what the Jerry Springer show is. But basically, you watch a Jerry Springer show and you see what a train wreck somebody else's life is, and therefore you feel superior and better about yourself, at least briefly, because you go, well, at least I'm not like that woman on Jerry Springer show. You know what I mean? And so, anyways, I try not to encourage neither my mom or the blood cousin with gossiping about other people and each other. So I also don't want to be gossiping about other people as well. Although I have my moments of immaturity myself. So sometimes I want to get the tea and spill the tea, but I try to be conscious and not do it. Wow, let me just say that telling my truth and not just writing it in my journal is so friggin' liberating. Because a lot of this stuff that I'm saying, some of it is like years worth of material that I've been holding in about these people. And I just love that it's like, okay, I can finally talk about it. And it feels so incredible, wonderful. It's amazing. And when I say years, I'm talking about years and years and years of holding some of this stuff in. I mean, wow, years. Journaling has helped. Journaling has helped a lot, but vlogging is taking it to a whole nother level. It's amazing. And shout out to me, I really have improved my thumbnails. Because before I didn't know how to handle the fact that a lot of my pictures are in portrait mode on my phone. And I keep forgetting to take a horizontal picture for the YouTube thumbnail. But now that I've kind of worked out, like just doing my face with the background removal and all that, it's like, okay, these are now finally looking like YouTube thumbnails as opposed to collages with a bunch of squares on it. Some of them I still have it like that, but still I feel very good that I'm starting to figure out this YouTube thumbnail thing. And I'm proud of myself. I like what I'm creating. It's starting to really look like a real channel. But that's another reason why I also am not a fan of the phone and talking on the phone. Because people, a lot of times who like to talk on the phone, like to spend it talking about shit that I don't want to talk about. Like other people. And for a variety of reasons, I don't like talking on the phone, but that's another one. And especially not wanting to talk to people like my mom, people like my blood cousin, etc., because it's going to be all about like pumping you for information that then they can go and tell other people. And I'm not saying my mom spreads my business, but I'm just not into feeding the gossip machine, period. You know what I mean? And I understand that some of it is just being curious about your life and trying to get updates. But with the blood cousin, it certainly doesn't feel like that. It's like, girl, if you want to gossip about me, gossip about my YouTube channel and spread the word that I have one so I can gain subscribers. But I don't need you to just be telling my business. It's like, okay, you want to tell my business, tell the business that I make public rather than going around talking about me. But anyways, the blood cousin also often will complain to my mom saying that her siblings and step parents or step family don't share information with her. And it's like, girl, no wonder they don't want to share information with you, because all you do is gossip about other people. And then you get on the phone gossiping on the phone with my mom about them and talking bad about them. So yeah, nobody's going to share information with you, and then you're going around talking bad about everybody, passing judgment, and trying to tell them how to run their lives. Shoot. Anyway, like I said, this has been years of holding all this stuff in, and it feels good to just finally let my freak flag fly, but this has nothing to do with being a freak. But you know what I mean? It's just like, hey, I've been holding all this stuff in, and it feels good to finally just let the cat out of the bag. So, quick update. Shout out to my handyman. He got here right at 7:58. I mean, perfect. He's supposed to be here at 7:58. He's asking for the gate code. I just love that level of precision, man. That is fantastic. So I was able to grab a few pictures of him in action. I didn't grab video, but pictures of him in action, getting everything fixed. It turns out that I was doing way too much trying to get that bulb off, when all I needed to do was unscrew the screw at the base of the fixture. So stupid. And I will say that I did feel like I tried to unscrew it, but it felt like it was too tight and wasn't unscrewing. So I moved on to trying other things that the internet had told me to do. So sometimes Google is your friend, sometimes maybe not so much. But the good news is that now I have the new fixture. It's up there much more securely. And if I remember, I will try to drop a flyer in for my handyman. I'm not sure if he does major repairs, but the little things that I've asked him to do, like furniture assembly, mounting a mirror, mounting pictures, he's always done an excellent job. Mounting TV, I think I had him do as well. And he's always done an excellent job and very easy to work with, reasonably priced. And like I said, I love service providers that don't have to like talk my ear off, can handle quick texts and back and forth and what we need to do, show up on time, get it done, no drama, easy to pay, takes a card. And yeah, I love that. I love it. I love it. And on time, reliable. I love reliable, dependable people. Oh, yeah, and the other quick update that I wanted to say is that I think in one of my vlogs I talked about how I had bought these 100-watt daylight bulbs, but I realized that I only bought 2, and one of them I already used in my laundry room. So I had to improvise and ended up, because I also had bought a soft white 60-watt bulb for my entryway, and I didn't realize that I didn't have enough bulbs because this time I had a 2-light fixture for the garage that I bought. And by the way, the fixture that I bought was only $17 or $18. It was actually $19 with tax. And so it really turned out to be a whole project less than $100. And shout out to my mom because she sent me money to pay for it, which I appreciate. But yeah, so anyways, I didn't have enough of the 100-watt daylight bulbs, so I ended up putting the soft white bulbs in the garage. And it's enough light. And if I really, really, really wanted to, now I know how to unscrew the fixture myself, and I could change the bulb myself to 100-watt daylight bulbs in the garage if I really wanted to. And by the way, don't judge me because my garage is a little bit chaotic. When I get my income stabilized and have some extra, I plan on hiring a tasker to help me organize everything in some nice bins. But for now, it's not too bad. And I'm sure other people's garages are, I've seen plenty of people's garages to know that I'm not doing anything too bad. And I love having a garage. I love having a garage. Oh my God. It's so fantastic. All right. Well, I think that this might be it for this video series talking about my I need a man, or I needed a man to help me. And of course I could have hired a woman handyman or handy woman. So it's more of a joke in the thumbnail to say, well, I guess I did need a man after all, because my handyman is a man. And I love that he's also a Black service provider. All my service providers are not Black, but I appreciate that he is and that he's wonderful. So I will try to remember to put a flyer in this vlog so that you can reach out to him and use his services. I try to refer him whenever it makes sense. Because like I said, I don't know if I said this, but I don't know if he does major repairs, but he definitely has helped me on the little projects that I've had. And I'm going to try to remember to say it in the voiceover when I put the video together. But just in case I forget to say it, I was today years old when I found out that those holes in the top of the ladder is to put the tools through. Put the tools through the hole to hold your tools. I had no idea because I am not a home improvement person whatsoever. And never, ever did it occur to me that you would use those holes in the top of the ladder for that purpose. So yeah, learn something new every day. So I'm still waiting for the tree trimmer to come. I know my landscaper is the one that made the arrangements. I didn't make it directly with the tree trimmer. And my landscaper said he would be coming at 10-ish. And right now it's almost 12 o'clock and they're still not here. And it really doesn't bother me that they're not here per se because it's not really affecting me. But I actually, for my blog, I wanted to take pictures and some video of him up there trimming the tree. And so I've been it is affecting me in the sense of like, you're messing with my content creation program or my content collection program. Plus, I also told my neighbor next door, or my neighbors behind me and next door, that he was coming around 10. And so that to me is like, makes me look funny that he's not here yet. But so far, there seems to be no repercussions from that. And plus, the bonus is that my neighbor's like, oh, how much is your tree trimmer charge? Because I need my tree trimmed too. And so we may get a 2-for-1 in terms of the tree trimmer coming and knocking out 2 houses at one time. But anyways, what I wanted to say, since I'm between content, because the other thing that I wanted to do and get done is that Janina is actually the former boss of Bumbleina. And so when I worked for Bumbleina, Janina was the head of the department that we worked in. And so I got to know Janina. And as the universe has it, it worked out very, very well that I developed a personal relationship with Janina. Not only because Janina was selling her art or had connected with me and Bumbleina to sell her art in our booth when we were vending, but also when Bumbleina was on the family vacation, I actually ended up connecting with Janina and doing a vlog on my social media about Janina, and we had a connection through that. And then Janina was always watching all my stories and everything. Like, just it was such a universal alignment kind of thing. It was so wonderful because originally me and Bumbleina were afraid to let her boss know in corporate America that we had these side businesses that we're doing. And in fact, Bumbleina and Janina didn't even follow each other on social media. And so I ended up connecting with Janina on social media, and Janina was all up in my stories all the time. And so we formed a connection and have been kind of, reaching out on holidays and different things, saying hello. So she's launching a email subscription program to her art business and her art journey, because she's no longer in corporate America. And she asked me to do an unboxing, and so it's kind of like my first unboxing deal, even though it's not a paid deal, but still, it's like I'm flattered that she would actually ask me to unbox her product. And so I just got through doing that. So between doing that and then sending her the video and waiting for her to review it and let me know her response, I really don't want to dive into any new projects or new vlog series or anything like that. And also waiting for the tree trimmer to come so I can finish that content and then get my video up for I Need a Man, or I Needed a Man is what I'm going to title the thumbnail, I think. We'll see, because sometimes when I put the videos all together and then work with Chatty on the description and the titles, the thumbnails change. But that's my idea, and I'm kind of excited about this thumbnail. But anyway, so I'm in between projects, and I don't really want to start anything else just in case Janina comes back and has changes she wants me to make and blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to dive into starting another project and then, because it messes up my concentration if I'm like going between too many things. I like to kind of do things in organized fashion. So anyway, I'm sitting here waiting. I'm waiting for the tree trimmer, and I'm waiting for Janina, and I hope she likes the video. It's definitely not perfect and polished like her artistic design, and you know, Bumbleina also very, very talented and very artistic. Mine is much more raw and just like, look, here it is, you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna waste my life and waste a bunch of time trying to perfect something. But I appreciate their perfection in the sense that they produce really nice stuff. So anyways, once the unboxing is approved and finalized, I will be posting it on my YouTube channel as well as my social media. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is, while I was waiting, I got a package from Shein, because I order from Shein all the time. I don't know if it's Shein or Shein, whatever the fuck it is. I order from them all the time because I go to a lot of events, and I love that all these events have different themes and different opportunities to dress up. I'm having so much fun, but I can't currently afford to be going out and buying expensive stuff for all these things. And I love that I can shop at Shein on a budget and get stuff for less than $20. So I'm excited because we're going to Maroon in July, and the theme is to wear something gray. And gray is not an easy plus size thing to find something cute, but I think I found the dress that I'm going to wear, and I just tried it on. I actually tried on a size smaller, and it didn't fit, so I'm going to have to return it. So I got a bigger size, and it fits, and I think it's going to be comfortable. It looks good, and so I'm just going to go with that. I mean, I know that you could do silver. In silver, there might be more options, and this dress is kind of more on the silverish side, but whatever. It's good enough. I find that even though these ladies do themes and stuff like that, they're not going to like kick you out if you're not exactly on point. And so I think I'm going to look great. And so that's also something to note for event organizers, is that all of us are not normal sizes. And therefore, we cannot just walk in any store and find stuff to wear. We have to order it. And sometimes we have to order on places that take longer to ship than Amazon. So if you're doing an event and you have a theme, or you're organizing something and you have a theme and you want us to dress cute or wear a certain theme, please give us ample time to get our shit together. Because when you order something, you don't know if it's going to fit. You don't know what kind of material it's going to be. Like, those are all the considerations. So you have to allow enough time not only to order stuff, but then to take it back and find something else if it doesn't work out. So event organizers, please help a sister out. Give us plenty of time. Like, I have plenty of time for this maroon outfit because the event is not till the end of July. But anybody who springs the theme on at the last minute is like, oh, because I don't have a wardrobe full of a bunch of clothes. During COVID, I wore dashiki and shorts every day for work. And so, and also too, I am in between sizes and have gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, lost weight. And I've never been like a big clothes hound. So anytime somebody has a theme, I get to order something new. But I'm also a budget shopper, and like, I will go to Savers to see if I can find something. Shout out to the ladies who introduced me to Savers. I will go to Shein, Fashion Nova, Amazon, because I'll be trying to be cute but cheap. I'm not wasting money on anything expensive, because also too, for the photo ops, I don't want to wear the same thing all the time. So it's like I got to get a new outfit every time. So anyway, organizers, give us ample notice. Okay, well, Janina said she's out and about, so it'll be a while before she actually looks at the video. So now I can move on to maybe another project, or maybe I'll go back to journaling for a little while and wait to see if the tree trimmer comes. Because, see, when the tree trimmer, the way I have my camera roll organized is that it's kind of by date. And so I kind of like to have all my videos and my screenshots and different things all in my camera roll in order, so that when I try to put the video together, it's kind of organized, so it's not too confusing. Like, I have one set of videos over here talking about one thing and another set talking about another thing. And I know today is going to be confusing because I've been on different topics. One is the whole situation I had with my light and my light in the garage and my tree. And then the other one was Janina's unboxing. And then I was also sending videos to my mom about the light. And you know, my camera roll is going to be a little all over the place. So I'm trying to stay in order. And so I really don't want to start editing on my video until I know that I have all the content that I want for it. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay, see now sometimes shit happens, right? Is the HOA changed the gates call box in the front of the community. And so what happened is that I didn't give my landscaper the new code that the HOA gave me, or the management company that manages the HOA. And so my landscaper is the one that arranged for the tree trimmer to come, and he gave the tree trimmer, I guess, the old gate code. And so for whatever reason, they didn't call each other to figure it out. And so I'm told that he should be here shortly now. So sometimes shit happens. So it turns out light is fixed now. It turns out that little knob that's at the bottom of the bulb, that little brown thing right there, it turns out that unscrews, and that's all I needed to do. So the internet was telling me to do way too much, which is how the whole fixture came down, because I was not unscrewing that little screw in the base of the fixture. But it's nice that I now have a new fixture, and it's probably up there more securely than it was before. So thank you. So let me tell you, I went to the backyard thinking, oh, I'm just going to stand in the backyard and take some pictures and videos. And that was not a good idea. I had to get out of there because that guy is high up in the tree, and the stuff is falling down, and the stuff is big pieces of tree. So anyway, I got a little bit of video and pictures, and I'm excited. Oh, shit. I admit I'm actually pretty proud of myself, because in the past, these little household improvement situations and issues would have caused me a lot of stress. And just, I love that I am so regulated and peaceful that these two things, it's just like these men are coming and handling their business, and I absolutely love it. They are back there chopping my tree down. And on top of that, it worked out perfectly because my neighbor, once I told her that I was having a tree trimmer come, she was like talking about how she needed her tree trim. And so now he might actually get some extra business because she might get her tree trimmed too. So I love it. Wow. So I really can't be out there filming because shit dropping everywhere. So I got to stay inside and make sure I don't get hit over the head with a big piece of tree. The things we do to try to get content. Wow, my backyard. I hope they clean all this stuff up. They got a truck full of leaves, so hopefully they will clean all this up. And hopefully the damage isn't too bad on my backyard neighbor's side. I think I need to let my pool guy know also. Like, I'm sure they're going to pick up a lot of this debris, but they're not going to dive into the pool. So I better let my pool guy know there might be a little extra stuff going on when he comes on Monday. But yeah, I can't even be back here right now. Oh, and it's definitely going in the backyard. I did go over to the neighbor again this afternoon. Oh, shit. Again this afternoon to let them know. But they got the note that I left on their door last night, and they didn't call me. They didn't text me. They didn't do anything. So it's like, hey, I did my part. Well, considering all that mess, they did a good job. They cleaned everything up, and all is well. And wow, they really trimmed the tree. I didn't know it was going to be that trimmed. That's crazy. Super trimmed. But it looks good. All the dead stuff is off. I don't know if my pool filler is working properly though. Let me check. Hey Mike, this is Nicole. I'm going to have to turn the pool filler off because I think it's filling the pool too high, but I think this time it's because I had some people come to trim my tree and they had debris everywhere, and it may have knocked the leveler off of the pool filler, and the pool is filling up too high. So I'm going to turn it off, but I don't think it's an error with the pool filler. I think it's because of the tree trimming that happened today. Ooh, it has been a heck of a day. Boy, hectic. A lot of unexpected stuff, but all good. Everything is working out perfectly. All good. All good. But you should have seen my backyard. Well, you'll see it because I took pictures and videos. So I just want to go on record to say I really wasn't expecting them to cut as much as they did off the trees. Because look at these trees now. Hold on. I mean, I guess they'll grow back, but Jesus Christ. I was expecting it trimmed. That's a whole haircut right there. Anyway, at least the problem I was having with the stuff falling in the pool, there's nothing to fall in the pool now. And can I say, it's been one heck of a day. It's been hectic, but it's been wonderful. And Janina's response to my unboxing video is so beautiful. Like, what she said made me have tears. She says, I'm in tears. And then the tears emoji. She said, I just watched 15 minutes of the most heartfelt content ever. No AI, just unscripted Nicole D. Ford. I cannot thank you enough for the words and kindness. I know God is carving us a road. Oh, carving out a road for us that we don't even know how great it will be, which is so true. She says, a million thanks, a heartfelt hug, and a big I love you back. My heart is overflowing. And then the more tears emoji. And I was like, oh, thank God, because, I was just talking off the top of my head, and I really wanted it to be like a authentic, just, Nicole expression. Like, I didn't want to script myself and have it be perfect and everything. But, the stuff that she creates, the stuff that Bumbleita creates, like, it's so polished, you know what I mean? And for me, I'm not as polished. And so I was afraid that it wouldn't be good enough. But I did feel like it was from my heart. And that was the most important part. So And then I got to do a reel of my day today, of all my needs of a man, my needs of a handyman, my needs of the tree trimmer. Of course, it could have been women, but I think it's funny that I've been saying that I don't need a man. It's like I needed something today, for sure. Anyways, I'm gonna go now work on getting some stuff done and uploaded and edited and all that stuff. But it's been a really, really fun day. Because I had the door open. There's a fly in here, and I fucking hate that. That buzzing noise just, it messes with my nervous system. And I have the Zevo, bug zappers, but still the fly is way up on the ceiling, and I have really high ceilings. And it's like, go away! You're messing with my peace right now. It's breaking my concentration. Well, surprisingly, actually yelling at the fly worked because the buzzing noises stopped. Praise God. Thank you. Well, I just got to say, shout out to Bumbleina's in-laws because they give me so much support on social media. And I fucking appreciate that shit because I swear to God, sometimes I'm afraid of going back into that exile that I went through before. Before it was 11 years of exile. And so, yeah, the mother-in-law just blew up my Instagram and liked a bunch of my posts, and so I appreciate that. It makes me at least feel that somebody still thinks I'm okay. You know what I mean? But anyways, I am going to show you. I finished. I'm listening to my vlog that I recorded today, and it's 2 hours. So get ready. At least I think it's 2 hours. I'm not sure yet because I haven't put it all together. But I got a lot done, and I'm getting a lot done as I listen to the content back. There's a couple times that I actually used Bumbleina's real name that I had to edit out. So there'll be some little choppiness in certain places because I had to edit out her name. But anyway, while I'm sitting here listening, I also colored in my artwork from Janina. So here we go. Take a look. This is my version. Isn't it cute? I've been having a good time coloring. And this is the original art from Janina. And so, yeah, get your subscription. Blue Marble Mail. And that's at Galici now. GALICINAO_art. That's her Instagram. So check it out. It's actually quite healing also to know that Bumbleina was or maybe still is. I don't know what the situation is, but Janina was Bumbleina's boss. And they were very good friends. And to know that my relationship with Janina has also survived the breakup with Bumbleina is also a beautiful thing. So I love that. I love that whatever the exile was that happened in 2013 when we had the first breakup didn't turn into the same thing happening this time. And part of it is because I didn't just go and unfriend everybody this time. Because last time I was like, I'm going to abandon you before y'all all abandon me and make me out to be the villain. But this time I didn't do that. So it is wonderful to see that I have sustained so many relationships that were generated through Bumbleina, and that I am able to keep those relationships even though me and Bumbleina are on the outs, and the immediate family. But I saw a great post today, and unfortunately I didn't take a screenshot, but they talked about the truth teller being the one that, because they're telling the truth about the dysfunctional quote unquote family, that they will be the generational curse breaker. So hopefully that's the case. And that concludes this video for now. Check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. I actually have two channels, Nicole D Ford Vlogger and Nicole D Ford Vegas, where my old vlogs reside, as well as a lot of former content of my previous things that I've done in life. I've also got long form content on this channel, short form content. I'd like for you to check it out, subscribe, like, comment, share. Kind comments are preferred. Follow me on social media at Nicole D Ford Vegas, at Nicole D Ford Vlogger. All my links are in my bio, so check me out. Check out this channel, check out my other channel, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Make it a great day and choose happiness.